Ish, the man, the legend, tobacco extraordinaire, tobacco maker. You know, the Latins call it tobacco.
Yeah.
I always thought it was odd, you know, like I remember there was a factory, and instead of being calling it a cigar factory, they called it a tobacco factory, and I said, what does that mean? But in the Latin world, they call cigars tobacco.
Yes.
We say cigars, premium cigars. Please tell us about PCA 2025 here in New Orleans. First, tell me about being here this year, as opposed to Vegas or anything else.
Being here, how you guys doing? Being over here in 2025, even to me, I believe it's a little better because obviously I can drive, it's closer to the house, I can bring more things, whatever I need.
Right.
It's still, how they organize is a little chaotic, but again, it's the first year after many years that they don't do it. I like that you can bring your own stuff, you don't have to pay the union guys.
Yeah, to pull it all
Even you have to do like a 10 minutes run around until you find they give the paperwork, but that's a good thing.
Yeah.
That's a good thing. But so far it's the first day. I see people coming, so let's see what happened.
Did you go to the opening yesterday?
I was sleeping. I fell asleep,
Oh.
so I got into the opening, but late, the last 30 minutes.
Gotcha.
But yeah,
it was promising. I thought there was,
when I get there, it was a lot of people. It was good. Then obviously we went outside to different places, and
Right.
it was packed. But again, you have to remember, it's about what, 850 to 1.1 million people for the French Chorus event.
Right.
It's craziness.
There's two other events going. There's a lot of events going on at the same
The
time.
French Quarter is the biggest one, and they guesstimated 850,000 to 1.1 million people being today.
Wow.
So,
Well, hopefully there's more cigar smokers and more retailers.
Hopefully,
I think
yes.
a lot of people are positive. Let's talk about BAMF Cigars.
let's do it. Guys, this year we came. Took me 3 years. Again, it's not because of the blend. People, 3 years to blend. Oh. No, it doesn't take that. It takes you a minute to do it. But to
takes me longer than
find, well, to come with the blend. To come with the blend, not to
Okay.
get the tobacco.
Right.
The tobacco, this one we came, is called Around the World. It's 17 countries. I dare everyone to cut it and count the leaves and tell me where it's coming from. It's 17 different leaves
How
in
many
that
leaves?
cigar.
How many leaves?
17 countries, no leaves.
Yeah, I was-
17 countries. It's a quarter leaf, half leaf.
Okay.
So it's
So you really did a complete mismatch of 17 different
17
countries.
different countries, 5 continents, right there.
Wow.
Why I didn't put it before is because France and Greece tobacco, they expensive, super expensive. Thanks God, or not thanks God, it's thanks to my mother and my father.
Right.
I was born in Europe, so I could get it firsthand, but it was too expensive. So little I do, at least 100,000 plus cigars, it was not worth it.
Right.
And obviously, in a small guy, I cannot do, let's do 100,000 cigars and see what happens.
Yeah.
I couldn't do that.
Right.
Finally, I said, let's do it. And that's what is in PCA 2025.
How many did
So,
you finally make? What do you got coming out?
50,000.
50,000?
Make and roll and aging, but I had
Right.
to do another 250,000. So I bought enough for 300,000.
Explain to me how you got 17 countries in there.
Well, as you can see, we have North America, South America.
No, I see the countries.
Okay. How we do it? Okay.
Yeah, how do you
You have to try one by one. Like when you go to school or whatever you call it, one leaf, then
Right.
2 leaves, until you find.
Yeah, but you're using. I understand that. You know, as a cigar maker, I
Yeah.
understand the blending process, and a lot of people that maybe they don't know or know. You put
Yeah.
this, you put that. But when you get 17 different, how do you do that?
It's a pain in the neck because you cannot do just half leaf or full leaf.
Right.
You just have to. This is a 58 by 6. If I make 17 leaves, this will be a 320.
Incredible.
It will be a muffler. So what we do just on the full leaf,
Right.
yes, we cut the edge and we pick out the middle part.
So you're taking just the strip because it's still long filler.
It's long filler.
Right.
We do a strip. Some of them they have quarter, or some ones have quarter of half leaf, or half of half leaf.
Right.
One of them, obviously, they have just the half leaf itself,
Right.
but it's just like you say, little strips.
And what's the wrapper?
The wrapper is, guess, give me a guess, for the color. It's no test because nobody get it.
Well, that looks almost green, this one.
But it's not.
No. What is it? This is the... Well, is it a Habano?
No, as a matter of fact, it's Habano, but it's
Right.
from Brazil, but it's not Cubra. It is not Cubra. It's Habano from Brazil, but it's not Cubra.
Of course not. You can't sell Cuban tobacco.
No, I say it's not Cubra wrapper from Brazil. Cubra.
Cubra, not Cuba.
No,
Sorry.
I don't say Cuba, I say Cubra.
Okay. All right.
But yeah.
Interesting. Did you come out with multiple sizes, or is this the size?
Just the size.
And you're
58 by
launching
6.
it here at the show.
Yes. It's no PCA special. It's just a
It's
release
just
today.
a release
so
today.
everybody can get it.
Tell us about your other cigars for people that don't know. This is your
course.
big release. It's called
Yeah.
Around the World.
Yes, sir.
17 different countries.
Yes, sir.
17 parts of leaves.
Parts of leaves,
In
yeah.
a 54.
58 by
It's
6.
58.
58 by 6. Yep.
Really?
Yes, it is.
Kidding.
Doesn't feel like it, but yes,
No,
it
it doesn't feel
Yeah.
like it.
Yeah.
But
It's tricky.
yeah,
But
nice. So tell us about the rest of your line.
But we have all African tobacco, which you have Angola, Zimbabwe, Cameroon, and Mozambique. Then we have the Honogars, obviously, Honogar Military, that is Nicaraguan and Dominican. Then we have the K9 line, which is dog lovers, so we do that again,
right,
Nicaraguan,
right.
Dominican as well.
Right.
Then we have the Mafioso, which is 100% Italian tobacco, except for the wrapper. You know that Italy wrapper, it's too thick. So in that one we use Cubra from Brazil. Then we have the, how it's called, I will tell you, the Intercontinental. Again, 5 continents, but it's half leaf, half leaf, half leaf. So that's only 5 different leaves.
5 different leaves?
Yes,
Full leaves in that
full
case.
leaves.
Okay.
Not like this one. This
Right.
you cannot put full leaves.
17.
And then we have the blood of blood that we changed
The
from
blood.
being a coffin to be a
right.
cross. They
Didn't
destroyed
you
it.
show that last year, the cross?
Yes, I saw that one, but they didn't come until this year with the cross.
So now that you're...
Because the other ones are almost gone, and I say, well, when they done,
Right.
so we'll come with that. And for now, it will be the cross. Then, of course, it's a new brand that came, but it's not here, but we made the cigars for them.
Who's that?
Angry Beaver.
Oh, okay.
And
right.
they should be around, but they not.
Okay.
But which is Lou and Bobby.
Yeah, right.
And that's more or less. So we have the same cigar that we have, plus the new one, and more companies that are coming.
Tell me your decision,
Yes.
because for me, the uniqueness that makes BAMF and Ish is basically the fact that you use...
Thank you.
It's okay. This is what we've been dealing with the whole time. It's like we got to put like cones or something. What made you be definitely different in the industry as far as using so many different tobaccos?
That's what it is.
You know, that was just like, hey, you know what? I want to try. Your factory's in the Dominican Republic. You manufacture there. You import into the U.S. and other countries.
Yes.
But you're using tobaccos from now 17 different countries.
Yes.
I know you launched with your Romanian tobacco,
Yep.
your Irish tobacco,
The African tobacco,
the
Cameroon.
African.
Yeah.
So now you've added more tobacco.
Yes.
That's got to be.
I love to travel, and I like to do things that people don't do. Everyone can make a cigar. Everyone can use the typical Nicaraguan, the typical Honduras, the typical color, whatever. But again, and I always say this, I'm a guy from the Basque Country in Spain. I'm married with a Trinidadian woman. I live in the United States. One of my dogs is Chinese. The other one is English. Come on, we mix.
Well, it's a melting pot. For
It's
sure.
a melting pot. So,
So
why
this,
not?
You should have called this the melting pot, the
Well,
world melting pot.
as a matter of fact, you never know. Maybe for the next size. Again, you are gonna be with that cigar like, what is in this cigar? Every 2 or 3 pops, it will change the flavor.
I'm very curious.
So go
Because
ahead.
I've never, and I think most people
Never
have
tried
not
that.
had a cigar that has this many different tobaccos in there. So it's got to be a unique experience.
It is very unique.
What
It
is
very unique.
the retail going to be on the cigar?
The retail is gonna be the most expensive we have. It will be $20.
Speaking of costs, What are your thoughts on the tariff? Any feedback from retailers?
Honestly, the retailers, yes. But again, guys, because my wife is a doctor and I know a doctor. Because, because I'm not military, my wife is not military. And because somebody of you guys know an importer, you guys are no importers. The fact of the matter is, only if it happened, if, not even when, if it happened, it will be a 10% increase just on import.
Right.
So we
based on the cost price from the factory.
From the factory.
Right.
So that means that you have two ways to import, okay? Or you pay 52.75% of the cost of the cigar, the freight,
that's the SG.
blah, 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 because you pay the 10% increase to Customs Border Patrol.
Right.
You don't pay taxes to the state, you don't pay taxes to the federal taxes, it's just the import.
Right.
Or go ahead and go 10% of the $402.60 per thousand. So the maximum cigar is gonna go between 4 cents to 7 cents, period. That's what it's gonna happen.
At the 10%.
At the 10%, and that's only for the importers.
Right.
You can pass the importer, obviously will pass to the brands.
That's right.
But you cannot double charge on taxes.
Well,
people do.
Some people do. They shouldn't.
It's the wrong thing to do.
Yeah.
It's the wrong thing to do.
Especially now.
So,
I mean, I've done the same thing. I've told people, relax. I mean, it's in the
nothing
news. People are freaking out.
nothing happened.
I think it'll be fine. And,
I have.
cost will be nominally.
I spoke last week. I spoke with Customs Border Patrol and with the TTV. Elbow to elbow every single day as an importer. They told me, it's not even a law yet. It never happened yet. Don't worry about it. I understand that the clients and whatever, they can be, like a little, what is gonna happen? The cigar is not gonna go $2 or $3 more to the retailers. That's a lie. And I tell you something.
Yeah, I've seen some manufacturers make some really.
That's a lie. And guys, I tell you, we make cigars for 119 different brands. If one of my guys, they try to go $2 or $3 more,
use that as an excuse.
they can find another factory because I will lose money, but I will not make cigars for those. The customer doesn't have to pay, the all BS behind the tariffs and all of that. It's 4 cents to call it 10 cent stops.
Right. That's
That
was basically my thought.
$2 to $3 more dollars is not.
One quick side note, more
Sure.
for me personally. Have you noticed that the imports are taking longer to come in?
Me personally, not.
For some reason, it's just taking a little bit longer for the last couple months. And people are like blaming Trump, and I'm like, don't say that.
No. Me personally, not, but I see what is happening to the next couple of months, and let's see if guys make sense. It's the PCA right now. You know how many millions of cigars are getting shipped? So you don't have booked the plane, it can take longer.
Right.
And if you go with, 100,000 cigars, and these guys come with 3 million, guess what?
Yeah,
you go in the back.
That's right.
That's where this couple of months it came. Luckily, I know a guy that knows a guy.
Well, it always helps to know a guy that knows a guy.
So, but yeah, that's the only reason. But no, I don't see any problems. What yes, I find out is before was U.S. Customs, they got the cigar, cutting the cigar, drilling holes.
Yeah, they just did that to me.
Now they don't do to me over here, but now in the DR, they had the right to take 20% of whatever you have by law.
Well, let me tell you something. The last shipment, instead of slicing one bundle,
and they cut it like this.
They cut it like this across the whole top.
And look, instead to go like this, they go like
across,
that.
Yeah. So I had a lot of nubs that I was smoking personally.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to give up my.
Absolutely.
Very frustrating. Costs money, and at least I will enjoy it.
And yes, you can get the money back. Try. You want to have the factory, and it's going to take you months.
Forget it.
Your name is going to be on the list.
Yeah, that's a losing battle.
Don't even try about it. But yes, I find out in the past 2-3 months, the DR, now you have to go, and you have to go with the ID of the person that is going to go with the cigars. They match the invoice, the factory invoice, they match the driver license, and they will go pick up 2 or 3 cigars, slice in front of them.
Oh, in the DR?
On the DR.
Is the DR side or the US?
The DR side.
Okay.
And say, okay, you good.
Right.
You just sipping over there.
I'm having it on the US side is where I'm
on the US side, so far, unlucky this year. Shit. Knocking
I've only had it happen a handful of times, like in the last 10 years, maybe 3 or 4 times.
It happened to me, same thing.
So it just happened to me, and I was pretty bummed out. But anyway, I don't
that's how
think
it is.
our listeners really care so much about that, but they care to hear your story. They care about this cigar. Listen, if you haven't tried this, I'm going to try it right now. So I'm very fascinated, interested as a cigar maker. This is going to be a very interesting cigar for me to try. Ish,
Absolutely.
thank you for your time. Have a
You
great
got it.
show.
Thank you,
and
man.
Keep in touch as always.
Thank you. Bye, guys.